he has, on a mental health level, got to, regardless of what you said on one side, there are elements where, because of his communications, he's literally gone to people, get in the gym, sort your, and people have not. So we skip all what he says on the other side,
Yeah.
but there is elements in there that in his message that actually work into a certain group of people that are getting in the gym. He found a way to communicate that, but I think what he said with other stuff is where he's going to be held accountable for that kind of thing, right? So some people, this is the thing, that some people will only resonate with certain types of people. Like when I talk about mental health, maybe someone who maybe say like a upper class family, probably I would not resonate. Do you see what I mean? But the kid on the council estate, or a guy my age who's been on the council estate, lived in the council house and stuff like that, might be able to resonate with me because I've turned around and said, "Look, fuck it, don't worry about it, get your shit sorted." And then it's like, "Oh, okay." It isn't. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's nuances there, and it's going to take everyone to do their bit.
Because I remember when I had really bad depression, I can remember not going outside for a couple, because I could work, I could do like a weekends. I would come home on a Friday night and I would barely go out the flat again till Sunday. I would buy what I needed because I was at the time I was living in a place I hated. I was terrified of like going into college and stuff like that because I would go in and do the classes and go home. And I
Yeah.
regret that because at the time I never had that life. But I also then had the time when I went on depression. They gave me antidepressants, and I can remember sitting there. And after that initial wave of feeling good, you sit there, you go, "What now?" You realize you need to then step up, and then I needed to make that step to change it, and that changed my life. And that's why I'll say to people, it's like use these things, have a great time, like go in and speak to somebody and all that, but don't just sit and think about it. Go and deal with it, and you have that like that personal accountability, and suddenly that one change here, tidy up your house a bit. Okay, cool. Okay, maybe speak to that cashier if you've got a bit of social anxiety.
Mm.
Just like how's your day going? All right, you don't need to have a thing. And I always say people have like and treat everybody the same. CEO,
Mm.
janitor, cashier, whatever, does not matter. And it changes their day. They put a smile on their face, and that knock-on effect. And it doesn't need to be anything big. And before you know it, you're suddenly getting the confidence. I'm going to go approach that girl. I'm going to start a business I wanted. To
Mm.
think of what I used to be like and what I'm now like, and the job I'm in earning over 30 odd grand. And I'm like, oh, I would never imagine that. Oh, I'd have never imagined I would have bought a flat. Oh, I never
Mm.
imagined I've done that. I'm not boasting, but these are things that when I look back then, I would have laughed you silly if you had said I would have done these things. But you need to go that first step. But suddenly, I turned 40, felt terrible, and I contemplate going back on the tablets. And then I took them for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and I didn't feel like they were changing anything. And that's
Mm.
when I realized I need to change my life. They're just hiding the feelings. They're hiding they're masking the true issue you need to deal with.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, you need somebody that comes to you and say, "Let's go and do this," or "Let's take up boxing." And you don't know they've transformed their life in 6 weeks. And it's difficult. We don't have that people, and
Mm.
that's why I'm glad there's people on Instagram and that who are doing it like who are giving people these kind of think about it, let your that message of the video sink in. Okay, cool. And then before they know it, they're thinking about it, and they maybe act a bit different. They treat
Yeah.
they maybe go up to their wife and say, "Oh, let's go for a date night. Let's
Yeah.
let's do some with the kids rather than go for a pint."